Okay, coming to you little unfiltered. Hair's not, I could get my hair done and all those things, but check it. Um, I'm sure this thing is on and cracking. Okay. So I've been sick. Family's been sick. Wife broke her pinky toe, so I've been on barefoot duty with her, helping her get better. It's actually healing on its own really, really well. I've been taping it up, working on her foot at night. We're about to get into the rehab process of her foot. But that, and then I have two boys, 1 year old and about to be 4 year old, and they have been sick as well. So it's been a lot of doctor and a lot of healing on my part. It's hot out here. But what I want to get into is what I have been doing. The Barefoot Athletic Club has been growing. I have like 15 founding members. No activity in the group though on Discord, but members are there. The Instagram page is slowly building followers, but I have been really inactive, and I'm saying to say like inactivity, inconsistency breeds nothing. And even getting here to get back and like talking and sharing and making a video to intentionally to post to share about this journey to document the process. I've been watching a lot of sermons. Every Sunday we watch a sermon, and I actually want to get better at watching more sermons, even when I'm not like just not Sunday, like daily, if not something. But either way, and one big thing that I took away from it is like, what is the task that God has placed on your life? So for me, like, what's the task? Don't worry about the outcome. Don't worry about who's giving you praise along the way, who's shunning you along the way, because that doesn't matter. What is your task at hand? And once you're committed to the task, you really start to lock in and do what you're supposed to do. And nothing else matters. Like, you just know, like, I'm supposed to birth this into this world, period. It doesn't matter how it happens, really. It doesn't matter who's commenting, who's liking or disliking it. Because if you know that a task is supposed to happen, and you know the people you're creating it for will show up, not the naysayers along the way, especially not on like day 4, day 5, when you are on a 365-day mission, right? Like day 7 doesn't matter to day 327. It just doesn't matter. So sticking with that. So if you're documenting, you're posting on day 7, know that the people who are not liking, or people who are hating, or people who are just maybe haven't seen day 7 yet, it's not going to deter them from joining at day 100 or joining at day 207, joining at day 323. Like, don't get tripped up on day 1 through 100. Like, just push through, like not just push through intentionally, powerfully, knowing that you have to get through day 100. You have to get through the first 100 days. Another recent thing that I've downloaded, I was having a conversation with my sister. She's launching a cookie brand, a baking brand, but mostly cookies. And I was telling her, like, you need to set a launch date. Like, when we have ideas and we just keep the ideas in the air, like it's just an idea, it's just up here. It's up here, but it's also up here. While it's up here, it's not real. It's not here on earth. It's not like there's no real body to it, if that makes sense. We have to put a body to it so that way things make more sense. Meaning, put it down on earth. Stake a place on the ground and say like, okay, January 1st, I'm going to do this thing. Now, if you say that, now you know a time frame, right? It's September now. Then you know in about 3 months, that's when this thing is going to happen. That's when this thing is going to kick off, take off, et cetera, et cetera. Until you do that, it's just an idea in your head, and there's no real push. There's no real accountability. It's like, yeah, I have this idea, I want to do this thing, but there's no real like, oh wait, this date is coming up. Those things matter. So in better reference for me, I decided that December 7th, I'm going to run a half marathon. And up to this point, I've only ran a 10K on my own, not in a race. So I've just ran 6.2 miles on my own to say I did it and say yay, right? But that run was actually pretty smooth, pretty. I'll say easy, but it was smooth. Like it happened, and I was like, yeah. I haven't done it since. I've ran 4 miles. I ran 5 miles since, but I have not run 6.2. I haven't run 6. I haven't run 6.2, but I'm going to run a half marathon, and I'm really thinking about running it completely barefoot. Again, in September, December, so I have some time to train and do so. I don't know if I want to put my foot through that. The longest barefoot run I've done has been 4 miles. So do I want to go and add 9 more miles on that? And the barefoot run, I was also running in grass partially. So there's a level of like this road race. Do I want to run on the road for 13.1 miles, 21 kilometers? I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just want to be like all the way barefoot. But if not, I run in barefoot shoes anyway. So it's going to be a barefoot shoe type of ordeal. So it's going to be a barefoot run either way. Shout out to Vivo Barefoot. I run in Vivo Barefoot shoes. I love their shoes. Their running shoes specifically. I never wear socks. Just foot in the shoe, and I feel golden. I feel connected to the ground. I also feel a nice like give back to the shoe. It has not, I don't want to say a spring to it because it's definitely not, but it just has a like the platform of the shoe, the sole of the shoe is just solid, and it gives a nice snapback. I don't if that's the best way I could put it, but there is no like super technology in the shoe where it's springing me up or snapping me back. It definitely feels different than some of the other very grounded barefoot shoes that they make. So in that, right? So now I have a date set to say I'm going to do this thing. And what I have not done is set a date for the Barefoot Games. And I've been dragging my feet and kind of waiting on like partners and sponsors and the crowd to come. And it's like, they will come when you decide what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, when you're going to do it. Like set a date. That way you could actually know a check mark. Okay, say, so I know the barefoot, I know my barefoot half is December 7th. So now I know like there's an amount of time I have to do these things. I have to train. I have to do all the work so that way by that time I can get it done. If I don't do the things, the half marathon date will show up, and ready or not, I'm going to be on the start line, or I'm just going to cancel it and say, well, that's not happening though. So I'm going to be on the start line, ready or not. And what I need to do is set a date for the Barefoot Games and set a location, set a date and a place for the kickoff of it, and decide that and say, yes, this is what's going to happen, right? So right now, off the top of my head, I would probably say spring 2026 to kick off the season. And I say season because there's going to be a end of season kind of games and celebration to a bigger event that will be, I'll talk about later. But that way there could be a season of it, and then there could be like the champions, like who won this season, right? And I think it's going to be a couple locations per the first season. I think we're going to do 3 locations for the first season. And me even saying this in this moment right now makes it more real to say, okay, cool. So spring 2026 means like my birthday, like March 17th. Spring is, March 20th is the first, it's the spring equinox day. 20th, 21st, around there. And so it's about 6 months from now. So in 6 months, it gives me a better date and time to say, like, I will create this thing in 6 months. In 6 months, this thing will be created. So I would need to also reverse engineer that. Okay, what do I need to do within 6 months? Like, what permits do I need to have? What companies do I need to reach out to? What sponsors do I need? Vendors, like how many ticket sales, like what's the promotion? All these things now become super real versus a super dope idea that's just in the clouds, right? We don't need it in the clouds. We need to plant it on earth. So if you are somebody that's growing and planting and creating something, put a stake in the ground on earth. Don't take it out of the clouds. Put it in the dirt and make it real. And plant it and make that thing grow roots so that way it's real and you can see it actually grow and evolve in real time versus in your head as a cool idea. And yeah, so that's the that's the whole game plan. I am, again, going to get serious with like knowing the task. Like, what's the task? Create the barefoot games in the world so that way barefoot athletes have a space to compete, improve, and show off their training. Like, you know, barefoot athletes are training specifically barefoot and in barefoot shoes, but then have no place to, like, on an equal playing ground, prove it. You know what I mean? Like, if you, for me, I'm going to run this barefoot half. And no matter what time it is, I'm going to be running against other runners in just super running shoes with carbon plated shoes, and they're not running on the ground. They're running on like this much of a air boost of a cloud of a whatever, right? Like, and I'm going to be just on the ground. That's not an even playing field. Like, they are obviously, they have an advantage. Whether they run faster than me or not, they have an advantage. So let's just take that out and create a space where everybody's on the same playing field. You're competing either in barefoot shoes or completely barefoot, and you're doing this thing. And I know that it's needed. I know that where the barefoot community and the barefoot culture is going, it's only going to be just demanded. If I don't create it, somebody else is going to create it, which is super cool. But I think the way I envision and creating it, and then aligning with other people who maybe want to create it, it's going to be lit. It's going to be dope. So that's what I'm doing. We locking in. We're not wasting no more time. We're getting serious. We're getting to it. And if you're still here watching this video, I rock with you. I appreciate your support of myself being the bear athlete, of, you know, just the process and the journey of the bear athlete. And I'm gonna be here more often. I'm gonna commit to being here once a week, sitting down, making this video, documenting the process of what I've done, what I did, what I didn't do, etc., and just hold myself accountable. And, you know, if you're here, you rocking with it, leave a comment, let me know, you know, like, hold me accountable too. If you're interested in joining and being a part of any of this process, let me know. And I would love to, just connect and vibe and grow and expand and, be human, right? Create space to be human. So, again, anyone still watching this video, I love you. I appreciate you. Truly, truly, truly. Peace and love. Have an amazing day. And as always, free the feet. There's a slogan I've created. Bare feet makes a stronger athlete. Stronger the feet, stronger the athlete. Something like that. Strong feet, strong athlete. We're making it. We getting there. Peace and love, y'all.